Hey all, welcome back. This is a little share. It's actually an extraction from the longer format of the live Q&A recently. And I thought this question and answer might be generally helpful for some people. I'll try to have it kind of defined in the title so that you're only clicking on it if it's something that will be useful to you in your claim or your post-claim activity with the SSA with regard to other Social Security disability, SSI dependent benefits, or retirement benefits, or anything else that could touch on the Social Security world that we all swim in right now. So I hope it helps, and I will talk to you later. If you ever want to be there live, that would be Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the usually about 2 hours Q&A session, so anybody can ask their Social Security questions if they so desire. Okay, I will see you then. Bye, guys.
Maeve. I was told before that pending SSDI, I can go ahead and apply for early retirement at 62 to get at least some funds flowing. This doesn't mess up my claim, right? No, you can absolutely file for early retirement before or after you file for SSDI. But yes, you can absolutely collect early retirement. I always give the old caveat though, for those that do, be sure that you're willing to settle for that reduced early retirement amount. You will prevail on your early retirement claim, assuming you're not working over the earnings limit for that. If you lose your SSDI case, you will be stuck with that 30 or 35% reduced retirement amount for the rest of your life. So it is a risk, but sometimes we have no choice. We need that money because we haven't been working now for, a year, and we've tapped out our savings, which is horrible. We all work so hard to try to put away for a rainy day. So yeah, you can do it. It has that risk. If that's a risk you have no choice but to take. This is often true with single people. You need to have that money, fingers crossed, and really work hard to get everything done that would be best for the SSDI case, so that that early retirement amount that you do get, because you are entitled to it if you are 62 or older, it's a big deduction. And if you prevail on your SSDI, for every case, every month that you should have been paid in retro would be owed SSDI, they're going to send you that extra balance. So let's say your SSDI is $2,000 and your early retirement is $1,300. Now they're going to owe you $700 for each of those months that you flipped from early retirement to SSD payments. That will not include the 5 months of the waiting period, however, if that falls in line with the months that you've collected early retirement, because you're not collecting SSD for those months. So those will remain early retirement months. And those very small incremental reductions that apply to every month you take early would remain. But that will really, the flipping it to SSDI is going to eliminate most or a lot of, if not all of, the reductions from each and every month you took early. Okay, I hope that answered it. And it doesn't mess up your claim, not one bit.
So you just saw a little clip from one of our live Q&As. It might leave you more questions, particularly if you had a little piece of that applied to you and some more facts that would make things different. If you do, feel free to put a comment down below about the extra details, and we could maybe even make a video on the particular aspects of that you'd be interested in. So in any event, I hope to see you on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also 9 a.m. every day. We have a share from the field, so to speak, of things that happen in our workday. So hope to see you then, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey, so if the subject matter of the video you just listened to is of interest and you want more on it, stay tuned. Here's another one about the same topic, but a little bit different. Bye now. Okay, this is a little bit more about early retirement, since that seems to be the topic of the day. This is the interplay between early retirement and Social Security disability. Sometimes people will take early retirement because they can no longer work, or they can't work very much, and they're desperate. They need to pay their bills, and they file for retirement at 62, which they may not have done otherwise, but they felt they had to. Here's what I would consider doing if I were you, if you find yourself in this position. If you are physically or mentally impaired, you have a medical problem that is preventing you from being able to work more than a certain limit. It's called SGA, and that's why you are feeling the need to file for early retirement as soon as you hit 62 or thereafter. You can file for disability as well. You can do them both at the same time. That way, if you prevail on your disability, that early retirement that you were absorbing a hugely discounted retirement benefit amount for the rest of your life will now be reversed for every month that you were found to have been disabled for those months that you collected early retirement. They will retroactively flip over to disability, which, by the way, is the amount of your full retirement benefit in essence. So you'll be getting your full retirement amount paid early because you've been found disabled, and you will never have to take early retirement. Retroactively, it'll flip. So definitely something to consider. It costs you nothing to do it, just time and effort. There are some attorneys who will take those cases. Some won't, because there tends to be a little to no fee that can be earned, but many of us do. So if you can get help from somebody, I certainly recommend you do, because if you don't prevail on the claim, you are stuck with the early retirement amount. But by prevailing on a disability claim, you could literally be in Lake Flynn with your full retirement amount forever going forward. So without ever having to take that discounted amount on a permanent basis. Okay. So don't forget, early retirement, if it's for medical reasons, you might have a valid Social Security disability claim. It's designed to pay full retirement benefit amounts to those who can't make it to full retirement, still working robustly. So anyway, that's what it's for. That's what you worked and paid in for. It's your insurance. So if the shoe fits, I suggest you file the claim. Okay. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for joining and taking a listen to this video. If you have any questions that relate to this or anything else with regard to Social Security, disability, retirement, SSI, etc., please do feel free to post it in the comments below, even if it's not necessarily related to this video. And I will see them. And if it's something I can do a video on, I will be happy to do that. If you are looking for representation in a current battle to prove that you are disabled, whether you have applied yet or not, and ideally, if you have not applied yet, that's when we like to come in and start from the beginning and do our wonders. You can go to joydisability.com, look up to your left, and there's a little link for a free SSD evaluation, and we will take a look at it and let you know one way or the other. If you are looking for a consultation, not representation, or you can't get representation for whatever reason, or it's a non-representational type of issue you need to review, you are more than welcome to order a prepaid consultation. It will be with me personally, and that link is on that same page, joydisability.com, but over on the upper right. Anyway, thanks for staying tuned, and I hope to see you every day, 9 a.m. with our little video shares or live Q&A if you want to join me live on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.